You know, it doesn't matter what you try to tell yourself or how hard you try to convince yourself that narcissists are just damaged people. You know, listen, narcissists are evil to the core. Do you understand? They are evil to the core. And I understand that people want to run away from this. They don't want to talk about the fact that narcissists are evil. Y'all, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you are staring evil directly in the face. And I have created videos about this before. But not to this degree, what I'm going to talk about today, okay? Because narcissists are, in fact, evil. And it doesn't matter what you try to do, how you try to get away from whatever it is wrong with the narcissist. Listen, when you get away from a narcissist, you have so much praying to do, so much fasting to do. You have to get closer to God. You need the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as I've stated in a video once before. It's nothing to play with. Narcissists are evil to the core, whether you want to believe that or not. No one just has that kind of behavior and created in God's image and does these type of things that narcissists do, right? And it's scary for us to actually admit that this is who the narcissist really is. But you guys, this is who the narcissist really is. No matter what we want to believe, this is who they are. You know, narcissists do not just have, a mental illness. They know exactly what they're doing, and they choose to do it. They do these things with malicious intent, even to their own children. When someone is capable of planning your destruction and finding pleasure in your pain, that is not called being just damaged, okay? That is the essence of evil. That's exactly what it is. No doubt about it. Make no mistake about it. And excuse my language, but it is complete bullshit, okay? When people try to give them an excuse for their ways, there is no excuse. If you actually sat down and mapped out what actually is happening in your life, if you sat down and mapped out, what exactly a narcissist do to their victims, / survivors, and seeing that there is no way that they did not know what they were doing, the only word you can use in this instance is evil. There is no other word. That's exactly what they are. And a lot of y'all have to climb out of agreement with the evil. You have to come out of agreement with the devil. That's what it is. Let's go ahead and lay it on the table. A lot of y'all still want the narcissist. You want them to hoover you. You want to hear from them. You want them to call you. You want to know if they cared about you, if they ever loved you. Do they think about you? Well, I'll stop by here today to tell you one thing. If you're still like this, you're still in agreement with the devil. That's what you're doing. You've danced that close with evil, and you're waiting for the last dance. You have to be, because there's no way possible that you still want to understand why this person isn't hoovering you, why this person isn't seeking to reach out to you, why hasn't the narcissist, decided to come back to you, which is the worst of the worst, right? And I agree, narcissists are damaged. I will not just say they're not damaged, because they definitely are damaged. And we are often told by doctors that it's a disorder or a result of an abusive childhood, and the narcissists actually intensely use that excuse in their defense. And if one observes carefully, these claims don't really appear to be true, because a normal damaged person will at some point in their life realize they need to change and won't just not care about hurting other people. Y'all, it just doesn't work that way. When you know that a normal caring person, a normal person will sit down and analyze their behavior and will realize something is wrong with them, and they will seek to want to change. They want to fix whatever is wrong with them, right? Because this is what people do when they realize that they're hurting other people, or they have hurt some people or someone. They want to fix whatever is wrong with them. Y'all, they don't go through life just passing out, this kind of behavior to people and just moving on to somebody else as soon as they get figured out. Well, on to the next. Okay, she's got me. I got to get out of here. He's got me. Got to go. Who's next? No one does that when they are normal. No, a normal damaged person actually wants to fix their issue because they want to keep someone in their life eventually. Whether it's through counseling, therapists, whatever they need to do to change their behavior and fix themselves. When you're talking about evil, you're talking about nonstop behavior. You're talking about a person who wakes up seeing red, who wakes up planning your demise, who wakes up deciding what they're going to do to somebody today, who can't sleep unless they're hurting somebody or putting someone in pain. You got to understand what's going on here. Y'all got to stop sitting down saying this isn't evil and stop being scared of what it really is and stop running away from what it really is, because guess what? It is evil. And as long as you keep inviting it in, things are going to keep happening to you. And I'm sorry if this is fear-mongering for some people, but this is just what it is. Somebody has to literally say this, because this is what it is. It's definitely evil. No doubt about it. And if you think otherwise, you are helping the narcissist. You are planning your own demise. You are enabling their behavior. And guess what? You are signing off on the contract. And it's going to get worse. I can promise you. They know what they're doing is hurtful. They can't control themselves, and they select who they can abuse. They enjoy hurting other people. You don't think that's evil? You know, I would say narcissism is a chronic evil mental state, but narcissists replace normal human ability to act in an empathetic way with sadism and ignorance. They know they are hurting people, and yet they still choose to do it again and again and again because it's fun for them, right? Similar to someone who's taking drugs. Taking drugs is, on the end of the day, right, still a choice. It's a choice. If you wake up every day and choose to do drugs, guess what? At the end of each day, that is a choice that you're making, right? That's what you're doing. If somebody wakes up every day and chooses to hurt other people, that is evil. Let's call it what it is, y'all. End of story. Say what you want, think what you want, do what you want, call it what you want to. Change names for it, give it an excuse, but I guarantee you it's still the evil that exists that's going to stay in your life as long as you're giving it another name, as long as you're excusing it with their childhood and what has happened to them. And they've got mommy and daddy issues, and, you know, their caretakers didn't do the right thing with them, and they were neglected as a child. You know, they were thrown away and they weren't given love and no one coddled them. Well, you are. You're coddling their behavior if you believe this. Listen, when the narcissist told me everything that had happened to them, even listen to their childhood story sounded like a lie. I couldn't even hold back. I said, that don't sound right. You're lying. I couldn't even hold it, y'all. I was like, that's a lie. That doesn't even sound right to me. You're lying. The narcissist was forced to tell me the truth. They went into rage and had a fit and got very upset that I figured them out, but I still got the truth out of them because they couldn't take it anymore. I kept telling them they were lying. Okay? And no matter how much they rage, narcissists know which people they can get up and put their hands on and do certain things to. And guess what? I definitely was not one of them. I'm not going for that. You can get as mad as you want, say whatever you want. Hey, leave if you have to. I don't care. But you're lying, and that's just what it is. I don't believe you. Y'all, those eyes turn black as the night. Do you hear me? And I did not care. You know what I end up saying? I would beat both of y'all up. That's what I said. That was my exact words, y'all. I was like, you know what? You can try that if you want to, but I would beat both of y'all up. I'm just letting you know I'm not the one. Don't get mad at me because you're running around telling lies. Don't get mad at me because your behavior just doesn't make sense to me, and I don't understand why you do the things that you do. I do know one thing, though. This isn't going to work with Yolanda. I'm not sticking around for this crap. Get mad as you want, but I would beat both of y'all up. That's exactly what I said. Now, I said both of y'all, not knowing that they at the time that there was way more demons than what I thought was in there. Because this person's behavior was different things that they were doing. It wasn't just a certain behavior. It was different behaviors. And this is how I got, more educated and did more research and found out, wow, it just wasn't one demon. It was several, possibly legions, all kinds of things going on up in there, right? So I didn't really realize the danger that it was doing in my life and how much, really what I was up against, how much trouble I was actually in by keeping this person around me, not wanting them to leave. I couldn't figure out, wow, I can't believe, after I did the research, I was like, oh my God, I said all of that, not realizing I was up against that kind of evil. Anything could have happened to me. Nothing but the grace of God saved me, y'all. Nothing but God protected me, That's why I say he give us warriors the toughest battles, because y'all, nothing but the grace of God protected me from the evil that was inside of these people in person at the time. I don't know what that was. with the smirk that came across their face. And when I said, I don't believe anything that you're saying. You're a liar. Your story does not make sense. Y'all, this individual was livid. Do you hear me? They were figured out and they were livid. They could not believe it that I figured out their story was a lie. I didn't believe any of it. Because if you listen to a narcissist really well and keep letting them talk, they're lying. Everything that they say is a lie, y'all. It's a lie mixed with the smallest amount of truth. And let me tell you something. A half truth is a whole lie. Bank on it. If they're talking to you about something, they're lying to you, trying to gain your empathy and your sympathy to continue abusing you and doing you wrong. And guess what? I was not having it. And when I realized that story was a lie, all the holes that was in that story, it was over with. Hey, this is it. This is it. Who lies about their childhood stories? You know, one day I'm going to get on here and I'm going to tell y'all that person's childhood story and you're going to be like, what? Are you serious? Y'all, the story that this individual told me, listen, y'all would give this person so much empathy. A real caring, loving person would really be so empathetic and wouldn't want to leave this individual, right? The evil that lies within a narcissist is unbelievable. If I were to tell this story, I felt so bad, you guys, for the narcissist. I was like, no, wait, what? That happened to you? Oh my God. Y'all, I was all in. I believed it 10 toes down, y'all. I was all for the narcissist. I wasn't going anywhere. I wanted to coddle this person and hug this person. They even cried through this. Y'all, it was all it was all a lie, y'all. I'm going to just leave it at that. One day I'm going to get bold enough to get on here and tell that story because I cannot believe it. The things narcissists do should be a damn crime, y'all. It should be a crime. The stories they tell, y'all got to stop believing this stuff because the evil that lies within is who you're dealing with. That's who you're talking to. That's where these stories are coming from. That's all that this is. The narcissist is pushed out of the way. This person who you thought you're dealing with, this individual, listen, you're dealing with a whole entire meat suit. The lights on in the kitchen, but nobody's in it. Do you hear me? There's no real body, person in there. This person has been embodied and taken over by pure evil, y'all. And the evil that lies within the narcissist will tell you anything to keep you around. Take it from somebody who dealt with evil head on, not once, not twice, 3 or 4 times at least, maybe more, until I figured out what I was dealing with. Y'all, narcissism and evil that lies within the narcissist has been trying to take me down for a very long time. And why they pick on people that are intuitive and smart and carry the light and are God-fearing, I will never, ever wrap my head around that. People say they want to steal your light. Looks like they just want to steal everything about you. Looks like they don't want the light. They just want you out of here. That's what it seems to me. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. You can't. You cannot make this stuff up. So for all of you who are sitting around dealing with a narcissist and you're thinking, you miss this person, I get it. I was there. So I know how hard it is to break that trauma bond. But y'all, you have to break up with evil because that's what it is. You've signed off on a dotted line. And guess what? You have to break up with evil. You have to do what you have to do. These individuals who are not human, I guarantee you, will destroy you. Y'all, it's not one demonic entity that's upholding their space. It's more than one. Listen, y'all, when I say legions is in there, that's exactly what is going on. It is a lot of evil going on inside of a narcissist. A lot of evil. Every time you're sleeping with this thing, every time you're talking to this thing, every time you're arguing with this thing, you're giving this thing supply. You are feeding the beast. Take it from me, I know. I'm not telling y'all something I learned or researched. I'm telling y'all something I dealt with head on, y'all. I need for y'all to understand where I'm coming from, how serious this is, because it is serious if you care about your life. This is why they make you look a certain way after you've dealt with them for so long. This is why you start deteriorating from the inside out. This is why you your color starts to change and you start getting these rings around your eyes and you start getting physically sick and you can't understand why you're having thyroid issues and you don't use the bathroom the same and, you're crying they are draining you dry, y'all. They're wiping you out. They're taking everything you stand for away from you. That's what they're doing to you. Oh my God. Y'all got to understand how serious this is. Y'all got to understand where I'm coming from with this. It's nothing to play with. That's why you start to look so different. You don't recognize yourself. You never feel good. You always fatigue. Your body's in fight or flight mode. You don't understand it. Because it's so, y'all, it's so demonic and evil. And they're sitting around watching you. You're existing, but you're not living. That's how you feel. You're just DEAD, right? And scared to lay down. That's all that it is. Your body goes into this mode, and it's like you don't know what to do. That's why it's so hard to put yourself back together after it's over. That's why so many people just say, my life is over. I feel like this and this and this and this. Because, y'all, they drain you dry. And when you let them hang around and don't do anything about this behavior and keeping them in your life and not walking away, listen, eventually, you become a shell of yourself, y'all. I'm talking about a complete shell of yourself. It is sadistic. It is so evil. It's unbelievable. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to understand this, don't want to believe this. You think the narcissist is just a damaged person who has been through so much. Y'all, it's far from being just a damaged person. They're definitely damaged, don't get me wrong. But they decided a very long time ago to shake hands with the devil, and guess what? They signed up on the dotted line. They sacrificed themselves. And they have no problem sacrificing you. That's what they came to do. Still, kill and destroy. A lot of y'all got to understand that. Y'all, it's hard to even talk about it, when it gets this deep like this, because it's like, you can't believe you was that close. You can't believe it. And then you got to fight to stay away from it. Because sometimes that same entity, those same spirits are jump inside of another individual and come right back in your life just to check to see if you're still stupid, to see if you're still a fall for it, to see if you're still game, to see if you learned anything. He'll keep trying you. That evil will keep trying you. The enemy will continue trying you just to see if you learned anything. They'll keep coming back to destroy you. They will keep coming back. It'll keep happening. This is how it goes, y'all. Evil never takes a day off. Now we got to stay woke, stay vigilant. Protect your energy. Protect your spirit. Realize what this is. Understand what this can do to you. Learn from what you've been through. Stop beating up on yourself by what you've gone through. Learn what you've gone through. Learn what you've been through. Y'all, I'm real passionate about this part of it because it's like, I felt like it was taking me out. I'm going to be honest. That's what I felt like was happening. Y'all, I was being poisoned and didn't even know it. For a long time, this individual was poisoning my drinks, my food. I didn't even know this was even happening to me. Like, y'all gotta understand the realness that comes within this is real, y'all. It is. And when you're naive and you believe in these things that they say to you, let's just keep in mind, listen, if y'all can't do anything else, do this for me. Keep in mind that you are not talking to a human. I don't care if it's on the phone. I don't care if you're texting. I don't care if you're arguing. You listen, giving them supply, wanting them to come back. We're waiting for them to hoover you, wanting them to miss you. You're not dealing with a human being like yourself. Just keep that in mind. Because that's what got me free from it. Realizing I was dealing with pure evil from the pits of hell. That's what got me out. And I hope that this can set you free as well. If you're one of them who's still under the spell, I hope it can set you free. Look, I love y'all so much, okay? I pray all of y'all are trying to break free, y'all. I pray all of y'all are trying to break free. I do. It's extremely hard, you guys. But I love y'all so much. And I hope all of y'all who have gotten free are thriving. And listen, or getting to a point where you understand, listen, I've been there, I beat this thing, and this is what's going on. And for all of you who are still connected, I pray for your freedom, y'all. I'm praying for your freedom, because it's nothing nice. It's nothing to play with. But once you break free, guess what? It's all good. It's all good, you guys. It's the most beautiful feeling in the world once you're free. I promise. You won't even want the narcissist. Think of the narcissist. Want them back. They won't leave a stain on you. This is when you've gotten healed and you understand the assignment. You knew what it was. But that, you guys, that's it for this video. Please take the time out to like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on those bells so you'll know when I drop another video. I love y'all. Until next time.